Hey guys, welcome back, and today we're in our zucchini squash fields, and I'm going to be showing you some of the damage that we're getting from our cucumber beetles. So let's take a look. So I'm getting some cucumber damage, I'm sorry, not cucumber damage, cucumber beetles that are damaging the zucchinis. And these specific zucchinis are the stripe Coccozelli, and they've been, kind of messing my stuff up here a little bit. It might be hard to tell because all this kind of white powdery stuff is actually Surround that I just applied on here yesterday, so that's why there's a fresh coating of this stuff. And I use Surround also for a deterrent for the cucumber beetles. They don't like to put their feet on there, but I mean, we're right now well into July, and they're just going to be out and about. So I want to show you a couple of things real quick. This is the actual fruit here. Okay, and you can see that's not going to continue to grow. I mean, it'll continue to grow, but all the energy will just get wasted. And it's kind of hard to see, but the zucchini will actually turn like a yellow coloration. Let me show you a different one, actually a bigger one. And I'm going to have to cut this. So when you see something like this, just cut it off. It's not going to do anything for you. All it's just going to do is just drain energy from the plant. And you want to cut it off right there at the stem. That way it'll encourage more new growth, and then you'll get some fruit out of it. So let me show you a different one. So here's another one. Let me see if I can get this angle. This is actually a little bit bigger, and I guess this one kind of got away from me. But another way you can tell, I mean, you can see the coloration is a little bit yellow. Again, this is kind of the white spray I got on here from the Surround. And but you can tell by pressing on the end, it'll start like almost like collapsing. It's just not good. And yeah, so when you see this kind of damage, just cut it off, and that way it'll continue to try to produce more. You can see, let me come over here to this side, and these are actually, where is it? There it is. There's a new one growing right there. So that one looks okay. And that's why I sprayed, because I started seeing that stuff. And if you spray the Surround, it helps also. But I'm going to be starting to, and I really should have did this way earlier, is starting to use the nematoids. There's two more right there. All right, so let's talk about nematoids. So one of the things we're trying to do here is to create some balance on our farm, trying to really stay away from using any type of insecticides. So what I mean by creating some kind of balance is really trying to introduce more beneficial insects into the farm to help deal with the bad guys that are eating up our stuff. So nematoids is a good way to do that. And nematoids, basically the way it works is as you get them off the little spongy thing, you put them into the water, and you can spread along the area the foliage that you're having the problems with, and even around the area. And basically what that does is they started to look for a host of the bad guy, I guess, and then they'll actually somehow go inside of it and end up killing it. And then when they're done with that, they'll basically start going into a newer host and do the same thing. So it's really good for long-term, control. So this is the first time we've ever used something like this. Even on a small scale farm, I basically brought in like ladybugs and prairie mantises. And the problem with that, I mean, we seem to have a nice amount of at least ladybugs. I haven't seen too many praying mantises yet, but keep my fingers crossed and hope that happens. Now, from what I did, back when I had a garden, a small garden, they didn't seem to really stick around. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I just figured let nature take its course. So I'm hoping that the nematoids, because it's working on a microbial level on the ground and working its way up. So the best times to do this when you're applying the nematoids is either in the morning or at night. You don't want to do it on a sunny day, but if it's a cloudy day, then you can do it any time of the day. Basically, if it's a really hot sunny day, it's not going to be good for the nematoids. So just try to keep that in mind. Early in the morning, late at night, or a cloudy day, it's all good. So let's get started. So these are the beneficial nematoids I was telling you guys about, and we actually got it from naturesgoodguy.com. You can find their site. They're pretty reasonably priced, and this is a triple blend pack because it's got SC, SF, and HB, and it comes kind of wrapped in these little triple packs. Now when you get these, make sure that you put it in the refrigerator until you're ready to use it, because when it comes shipped to you, it should come with a pack, like an ice pack with it. So until you're ready to use it the day of, right before you use it, make sure you keep it refrigerated. No longer than a week. Exactly. So when you get it, plan ahead and make sure you guys use this ahead of time. So these are the packs they come in. It's supposed to come with 5 million beneficial nematoids in each pack. I just want to make sure I get that in the view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of here, and I'm going to basically rinse it out into this little container. And the biggest thing here is that when you're rinsing it out, don't like really spray it too hard, because all the stuff that all the water you're spraying it with has to fit into this little container, and it's not really much, and it attaches to a hose. I'll show you guys that in a minute. So let me go ahead and rinse off the nematoids and put them in here, and we'll get moving. I got it out of its package, and it comes wrapped in half with the sponge. I got my spray here, and I'm just going to basically, let me see if I can make sure I get this in the camera. I got my sprayer. Oop. I want to just, don't put it on, I'm not pushing this thing on full force, because that's just going to be too much water. And like I said, all this water's got to fit in that little container. You could probably just put the water in there and sponge it out. The only thing I don't like about that is I got the feeling that the nematoids are going to just get reabsorbed into the sponge again. So, see, it's pretty clean now. Alright, so that's the first one. Alright, this is the second one. I'm going to be really careful because I don't want to have too much water in there. But I do want to make sure I get all the nematoids in there. That looks pretty good. You can kind of see in there right now, it's kind of a grayish color. It's not clear. And I got one more. This one's pretty thick. Alright. Yep, that looks pretty good. We got it all in there, so I'm going to just pour it in the container and hopefully it all fits. And swirl it a little bit, make sure it all gets mixed. Alright, perfect. Now, put this on top. So we're all set to go. We're just going to hook up the hose here and get it ready to spray. So let's go do that. This is the hose, and it's pretty simple. Just try to do this with one hand here. You just screw it on. And then once the hose is on full blast, it'll spray pretty far. I want to say at least probably a good 10-15 foot radius. But my goal is to spray the plants and in the grass. So I'm going to try to cover the plants nice and thoroughly, and then get in the grass as well. That way all the nematoids are covered in this whole entire area. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank this thing up, and I'll show you guys a view from the distance. That was it. Now, you want to keep an eye on when this is starting to finish off, because whatever extra I had, I kind of just went back and kind of did a little bit more. And you'll see as you go down, as it goes through it, it'll be less and less of the actual liquid. So, but yeah, this stuff works pretty good. It's really easy to apply, as long as you got a good, hose with a fair amount of pressure. You should have no problems with it. So the biggest thing is that I really don't want to use any insecticides, and I'm really trying to get into encouraging the beneficial insects, and creating a more balanced environment, ecosystem. What's another word? Sustainable. There's another one, I can't remember.
Bio something?
No. Yeah, something I can't remember.
All right then.
All right. Anyway, guys, so try this out, and I'll give you guys an update, I guess, on how this stuff is working. But basically, when it comes to the zucchinis and the Swiss chard and the squash.
Your brain's fried.
All right, yeah, my brain is fried. This is what happens when you're out in the sun too much. It's just like, okay, I can't even function anymore. I can't think. So I'm gonna cut this off, and I'll do another follow-up with you guys some other time. All right, so y'all keep on doing your thing out there, and I'll see you later. All right, peace.